What's going on, guys? Today is Monday, March 20th, and today I'm going to walk you through how I made $272 on my valuation account, my Apex valuation account. So if you look here, it's my trade performance. Total net profit today was $272.50. I had 4 trades today. I took 3 short trades and 1 long trade, and we'll kind of see how that all broke down today. So my first trade, I made about 40 bucks. Was right here, we were kind of approaching a level of resistance that I had set up all day. It was 39.64, and we'll zoom in here. So this level kind of played a role throughout all of my trades, and all of them happened within 1 hour, so between 9:50 and 10:50 this morning. So the first trade here was a short off of this candle right here, and I'll get you the exact entries. And so this red candle here, I got short. I took a quick scalp. It was about 40 bucks. It was a good start to the day. I'm just glad I, got off on a green note. Didn't take another trade until we got to 10:18. And started to see a little bit of a breakdown here. As you can see, the entry was this kind of pink candle right here by the cursor, and then the exit was just shortly after it. I got a little spooked because the volatility here. I was really just scalping all day today, so I didn't want to hold on to positions too long. So this one was pretty short. I also made a quick like 30 or 40 bucks on this one as well. And we'll go back to this one. And what we were dealing with here was we had broken out of this level of resistance. We had shot right below it. We had broken above it again, and then we were breaking below it again. So right here, I was shorting on the break of this resistance. And I got a little scared that I didn't see as much selling pressure just to keep shooting us down. I noticed today was kind of just like, it's a little choppy. So if you look at it, what happened today, it was just chop. We didn't really do much in like the first little bit. It just kind of large moves up, large moves down. It just kind of not a lot going on. So I was shorting this breakdown of this level of resistance here. I could have held for 1 or 2 more candles, but I was just, again, scalping, didn't want to hold on to positions, and I'm glad I didn't, because then it shot right back up afterwards. So the third position, this is where I gave everything back. So at this point, I'm up, I want to say like 80 bucks, 85 bucks-ish. I go short a third time here. So we broke above this level, and I'll go back here. So we broke back above this level, and what's happening is after these 2 red candles, I'm attempting to go short again. What I was expecting was kind of like a liquidity grab. So we had this this high, and then we had a lower high here. And I was expecting kind of a quick grab and then kind of a breakdown again. I ended up getting stopped out right at the bottom of this wick. And that basically wiped out all of my gains so far in the day, and I think it brought me down to about negative $80. So I went from $80 to negative 80, which was kind of disheartening, but I wasn't too concerned. I was still scalping today, not too upset at what happened. And I just moving on to the next trade. I immediately after that, I tried to put myself into a mindset of like not wanting to overtrade, not wanting to chase. I really was just looking for a decent setup. And so what I was looking at was, again, this resistance level, which has obviously played a trend in my decisions so far. So, right, we had broken through this level, broken. I'm thinking that this resistance level that I had plotted was actually a pretty decent level. So, it played a very important role, even in the beginning of the day. I mean, look at this rejection off of this level here. Played a very important role in what happened the rest of the day. So what I was assuming, right, at no point yet had we broken through, kind of broken through the level of resistance and actually been supported by it. because every time we broke through, we came right back through. We broke through, we came right back through. So this right here, this section basically from 1023 till 1040 was the first time that we actually broke through this level of resistance, found some people buying, and even on the pullback, we actually were supported by this previous level of resistance, now level of support. So what I was looking at was I was waiting for this candle to finish. I saw this candle finish. I saw some buying pressure on Bookmap, and I was like, okay, I think I'm going to take a risk. So I entered long. This is my first long trade of the day, right? I had a short trade, I had a short trade, and I had a short trade. These three shorts, and then this, now that we actually had caught some support, caught some buyers, and they were actually showing up, I set my stop basically right at this level of resistance. I felt pretty comfortable with that. So let me go back to here and get you the exact. So this was the first green candle that I entered. I entered at the top of this green candle. And I set my stop to, right at that level of resistance, right below that candle. So fortunately, I was doing pretty well. I was happy. I liked this candle here. There's a lot of buying volume originally. And I was still expecting some consolidation, which is fine. And to some extent, I was expecting this wick right here to kind of stop some people out. I have been kind of experimenting where I put my stops. And one of the experiments that I've been running is, should I place my stop below the body of a candle, or should I put it below the wick of the candle? And I've that question, I guess in theory, should be pretty obvious, which is like put it below the wick. But previously, I had been just basically putting it below the bodies, and I have been finding myself getting stopped out frequently. And so in this, fortunately here, let's see if I can't. So I put my stop right about here. And fortunately, if you look how close we got, I was pretty nervous right about here. I was expecting this wick, and but there was just so much pressure, and I stuck to my plan. I stuck to my stop loss. I didn't move it. And everything played out because after that wick, what I'm assuming they were getting liquidity from the people who got in on this same, once they found out that resistance level was playing support, I'm going to assume that people went long and then probably set their stops around like 39, 65, 75. So kind of right below the body of these candles, which previously would have been me. So I think that this liquidity grab was going ahead and grabbing the liquidity in this region. And fortunately, I didn't get stopped out, and I just held. And I held into this candle here. I'm trying to get my exact stop. I want to say I stopped right here at like 39.75. This was a pretty big level of supply and the next resistance level. So I was fine with where we were at. This was a pretty big move. Ended up making about $350 on this move here. And so that was, I made my money back from the morning and some, and I realized like, okay, that was a good trade. I felt really, really confident in that trade just because I think fundamentally, it fit all of my requirements, which was leading up to the day. I had a couple of levels here. The resistance level, I had the overnight high and the high of day. Usually I like to play off of the high of days or overnight highs. But I found out that like this level right here in the beginning of the day ended up playing a big, big role, which was pretty awesome. I guess you could have seen from like the beginning, the pre-market, right? We had around 855. We had some rejection off of this level, kind of a rejection here, somewhat of a rejection here. So very important level moving forward. And I'm glad I played it the way I did. When something that you're battling from basically pre-market into the early day, when you're battling it all day up and down, it's a significant level. And I played intuitively today. I listened to the market. I was watching the market. I was tuned into everything, and I found as soon as we bounced here, we didn't even test that area. We were actually getting support. I looked for confirmation on the book map to find buyers. I made sure that my entry was spot on, so I got on this first candle, and I set my stop at an appropriate place, which is basically that level of resistance. And if it had hit that level of resistance, it probably would have, shown me my trade was wrong. Everything turned out pretty good. $350 trade to finish the day, and finishing the day off at $272. So that's all I have for today. It's a good start to the week, and hopefully we can continue to move forward. In other news, I got a Apex 50K account, but for Tradevate, so things may be changing. Instead of using the NinjaTrader that I'll probably be trading on that Tradevate account. So you may see that moving forward. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today. If you're still here, thank you so much. I can't believe there's actually people following me and watching this content. So I'm just super grateful for all of that. And, if you're still watching, let me know below. I'd love to meet you guys. Otherwise, that's all. Peace.